and gentlemen, welcome back to EKSE Live. And what we love to do here at EKSE is make sure that we are shining the light on organizations that are doing good in our communities, because we are all about that. We are all about a community service. And an organization that is no different from that is, of course, SHAWCO. If you do not know who SHAWCO is and what they do, it is an organization that runs various health and educational programs, and it will be collaborating with the Center for Extra-Mural Studies at the University of Cape Town Summer School, and together they will be offering free courses to the community. And this is such a great way for SHAWCO to show that after 80 years, they are still doing their utmost best to make sure that they are helping out in the community. And of course, to drive this conversation, I am joined by Christian and Amahle, who is the president of Education and the president of Health as well. How are you guys doing? And thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Thanks so much. Doing well.
Thank you for having us. We're doing great.
I love to hear that. I hope that the heat is treating you well. But we are, she says, absolutely
Listen.
Cape Town. So just to get the conversation started, SHAWCO is celebrating 80 years. And I mean, like 80 years is the 8 decades, right? And it's been going on for such a long time. What does it mean for the organization to still be standing in 2023?
Yeah, sure. That's a good question. I think that for me personally, it means a lot because I personally was influenced. I think I am who I am today because of the impact of SHAWCO Education or SHAWCO as the organization. And so it's really exciting for us. I mean, a whole, like you said, 8 decades, which means we've been doing it, you know, we've been at it and at it. And so, and so maybe I can speak about SHAWCO Education specifically, because I'm talking about SHAWCO Education, like, what's that? What's happening? So, so SHAWCO Education is the students that are not doing health sciences, because we also have SHAWCO Health. Yeah. So it's all the students that are not doing health sciences. And so we have, firstly, our SHAWCO Law, that's just our law, LLB students doing that. And so SHAWCO Education is that's everybody else, like different faculties, it is humanities, commerce, all the other faculties are part of SHAWCO Education. And so what we do is we do outreach, you know. So I think we've recognized that South Africa, you know, is a country that has a lot of history. Yes. You know, we've been through a lot. And so at the same time, you know, it also highlights the disparities that we have in our communities, in our surrounding communities. You know, we see the social injustices. We see that, you know, there's a need. Yeah. And so that's basically what SHAWCO Education does. We're about educating, obviously it's in the name. And then we're also about equipping, we're about empowering, and wherever we can, definitely providing resources for students, learners. Yeah.
And you know what, I'm happy to see that there are organizations that do this, because what you're saying now, you know, that South Africa is very rich in history. We know that our history comes from, you know, the inequalities that we've experienced in the past. So resources are a very important thing to equip the youth. Christian, coming to you, tell us about the collaboration between UCT Summer School. What will the summer school offer to the community?
So the summer school is sort of a program that UCT has usually run in the past for its alumni and student and people that studied in UCT, and it's something that people usually have to pay for to be able to experience. So with this collaboration that it's done with SHAWCO, so because SHAWCO already goes out to the communities and tries to provide services there, we've collaborated to be able to provide these summer school lectures in communities like Kensington for free for people in those communities, so that they can also gain the insight that others are from those lectures.
And what are some of the different courses? Because I heard that you spoke about, you know, different faculties, your law, your humanities. What are some of the different courses that are available there, and how can people access them?
Okay, so with the summer school specifically, it's for our alumni. So before it was genuinely for just alumni, so people that were in SHAWCO before. And so now we're moving on to now wanting to extend it, wanting to now reach out. You know, like Chris was saying, that it's various things. It is literature, art, music, science, and health as well, just to name a few. And so now we're able to now sort of, it comes from the idea of wanting to now equip, you know, people, wanting to sort of create this platform up, or whereby we feel like, you know, learning, want to endorse learning, you know, as UCT students, you want to endorse learning, that, you know, there is an opportunity, that nobody is too old or not qualified. And so we're trying to make these resources accessible to people.
And I heard you mention something about it being free there in the pipeline. Tell us more about that. Are there any fees that have to be paid?
So usually the way the summer school was designed was that people who would attend it, whether it be live or online, would have to pay to be able to access those resources. So through the collaboration with SHAWCO, the people who are able to watch the live stream of these lectures don't actually have to pay anything. So it's completely free of charge for those people. Yeah.
And besides teaching these courses in the community, how do other people that would like to volunteer, maybe perhaps in SHAWCO, how can they get involved with the organization?
Speak a bit more, Ed.
Okay. Okay, so specifically, SHAWCO organization is a student-run organization. So with wanting to volunteer, so it's any student, UCT student that wants to do it, that wants to volunteer and is like, hey, I'm keen, you know, I want to help, I want to bring back to the community.
Okay.
So there is that element, and then also...
Yeah, I think from the health side, again, like she said, it's because it's primarily a student organization, we have a lot of students that come and volunteer. And when we go out to the communities as well, because it's on our side, it's more clinics, we actually have some community members who act as community health workers. So they come and volunteer their time as well to help us in supporting their communities.
Oh man, shout out to you guys for coming through today, and thank you so much for sharing the light, and thank you so much for giving us more information about SHAWCO and of course the collaboration between UCT. If you are a UCT student and you would like to be a part of this beautiful organization, please do make sure that you reach out to them and you volunteer. But Doga Maj, want to play some games, and I hear Gutu Lauren is the host. We have our two victims for today. I want to see how this one is going to pan out.